Hola, chicos. Wow, we can't believe it's June 1st already, and that you're going to be graduating grade 5 soon at Collingwood Elementary. So, we've come up with some activities that we think will be really fun for you to do and engaging and allow you to reflect on your time at Collingwood. The first thing that you'll find in your Google uh, assignment in our classroom under English is the memory book. So each student, there's 24 pages, and you'll find your assigned number. For instance, number 16 in my class is Charlie. So Charlie would write on the one where it says 16. And you will be using this number on each page. So you'll respond to the topic on the top of each page and don't edit anybody else's text. And then you can complete each slide. So, for instance, this one's about favorite field trips. So here you'll be able to write about your favorite field trip. Remember, this year we went to Coco. We also went to the Leighton Art Center earlier in the fall. So those are two of the choices that you can write about. You could also, instead of write here about a guest speaker, maybe you liked having our Superstar program with Sandra, or maybe you liked having Carla come in to talk about the environment. There are various things you could write here. So this is something that every student will be able to have, and you can print a copy off if you'd like at home once everybody's done, and it'll be like a memory book for you. Next, I'm not sure why my slideshow isn't working on this one, but so I'm just going to go back to here. So we have a reflections assignment for you. So you're going to use the end of your reflections PowerPoint to answer questions about your last year at Collingwood. Remember to write in complete sentences. Before you do the last slide, putting all your sentences together in a paragraph, make a rough copy on your Hamburger graphic organizer. So I will be going over how to use the Hamburger graphic organizer in a second. I'm just going to transfer over to the end of year reflection PowerPoint. So you will be going through these slides, 16 slides in total, answering questions in brief sentences, like complete sentences, but one or two sentences per slide. So what were your favorite parts of this school year? So writing about what you really enjoyed about this school year, and this can help you in from your memory book too that you've just done, because you can get some ideas from there. What were your least favorite parts of school this year? What one word would describe the school year? So think of a word that you would describe this word. Maybe it was fun. Maybe it was sad because you had the coronavirus, or maybe it was a mix of emotions, right? And explain why you chose that word. What was the most interesting skill or topic you learned this year? So tell us about something you learned. So there's various slides, and then when you get to the end there's different areas, like what subject area would you plan to work on harder on next year. So you'll come to the end of the paragraph, end of the slide, and you're going to write all of these sentences into one paragraph. But you're going to have to do your rough copy on the Hamburger graphic organizer. So I'm going to go over that now. Just give me 1 second. So this is what a Hamburger graphic organizer looks like. So the top, this is like writing a very detailed paragraph, okay? So you're going to combine all your sentences to make one paragraph. You're going to use the Hamburger paragraph graphic organizer to help you organize your ideas. And this is where you'll write your rough copy, okay? And it's attached. You don't need to send us this. You'll write your good copy on that last slide of the end of the reflection once you've done your rough copy here. So I'm going to go over how to do this. So probably for the first 3 slides, it's about the things you loved about your year, and that would be a good way to start your introduction, like introducing the paragraph, okay? Then the body of the main part of the paragraph is your evidence, kind of what made you have a great year, or things that you really loved, and these are the rest of the slides. And then your concluding sentence is basically restating what you said in the first topic sentence here, but in a different way. So for instance, this year, my last year at Collingwood was spectacular. It was full of mixed emotions as we had a pandemic start in the middle of March and classes were officially canceled. So here you can go on and you can talk about your memories. Like, this year I loved when we created a Chilean town with learning about renewable and non-renewable resources. I love doing projects where I can create, and here, like, you would extend those sentences here in the body, right? So this is explaining explaining your topic sentence is your type of year and what you like, why it was amazing. No, this top here is saying that you had a great year. Then here is why it was a great year, your evidence. And then here is again restating that it was a good year. So I'm going to miss Collingwood a lot, and I'm so glad my last year was amazing as it was. So remembering that, I'm going to reiterate this, the topic sentence is basically what happens in the first 3 slides of that PowerPoint. So what kind of year you've had. The body part of the paragraph is the evidence that supports your topic sentence, right? You learned this when you wrote your persuasive essay. So this is kind of like a persuasive essay, but all in one paragraph, okay? Because it's about one thing. So you're writing a big body paragraph. So your first part is so you've got your topic sentence about why it's spectacular. Here is the body and evidence to support why you think it's spectacular. And here is a different way of restating why you thought it was great. Like Senora said, I will miss Collingwood and I'm so glad it ended, or my last year was an amazing way to end my time here. So I'm going to go over some different things that you can use when you're writing your evidence, the middle of the paragraph, to help you. So there's descriptive language, which you've all been learning since you were in grade 2, different ways that you can write stories, different words you can use. So I've attached here some different ways to say make, kind, ask, bring, choose, for you to kind of use different vocabulary within your paragraph. There's also some linking words and phrases. For instance is even here. So, for example, Collingwood was an amazing experience for me. My last year was an amazing experience for me. For instance, and then you can show an example. Also is a good way to start a sentence as well. To continue, also, we had a great time going to the Leighton Arts Center. So these are different ways that you can start sentences to make them more engaging and allow it to not be monotonous, meaning that you don't start and then and next. So it allows you to start your sentences in different ways and becomes more engaging. So we'll attach these images to the assignment and you can use them. for instance, and also here, like when Senora said, and previously, we had a lot of fun making our 3D Chilean city. Well, you could say we had a lot of fun creating, constructing, assembling, different ways to write that. Or maybe online learning was an eye-opening experience for me. Right? So these are all different things that you can talk about and different words that you can choose to make your paragraph more interesting. So once you have done your rough copy on the hamburger organizer using the descriptive language, the linking words, and the presentation to come up with your first sentences, you will go to the last page here to write your good copy of your final paragraph. Okay? So these are the two things that we would like you to do this week. And there's one more thing. Okay. Step 4. There's a special project that's optional that Senora Heath has put on our classrooms. So it's under English, and this project is similar to the paragraph writing you're doing from your reflection writing. She plans to make something special out of what you write, so it would be great if you could add a few ideas from the paragraph you wrote. So you can just pull a few ideas from your paragraph, look at the assignment, and she will describe what she's asking you to do, which are to talk about memories in Collingwood, and you will see the final project of what she's doing. She would also maybe like you to translate some of those into Spanish, so you would have the ability to, so she can create something that's bilingual in Spanish and English. So you could take some of those interesting sentences that you've written from your paragraph and send those to her. This isn't optional. So we've talked to you about, we'll be selecting one student per class to say their speech at our graduation ceremony on June 19th at 1 p.m. This is optional. If you would like to write a speech, Senora has created a speech video, and there's a graphic organizer you can use to write down your speech. So, again, we'll choose one student to say their speech at our graduation ceremony. And if you would like to do this, you can send us your speech, your good copy. And just email us to let us know that you've done it. Finally, the last thing what we want you to do is we will be sending you the name of a person in your class, in your email. We would like you to write 3 nice things about your peer. So for instance, you could talk about something funny this person did, or a character trait that this person did, or this person has. We would like you to reply to your teacher's email with the compliment about your peer, the compliments, right? And during the graduation ceremony, your teacher will be reading out each and every compliment. So for instance, in my class, the first person in my class is Colby. So we would say Colby's name and then the nice compliment that a peer has written about him. So these are your projects for this week. Please remember that the memory book, the reflection paragraph, and the peer compliment are things that we would like you to do. The speech and the sentences for Senora Heath are optional, but highly recommended. Especially the stuff for Senora Heath, as she'd like to really create something special for you guys. So if you have any questions, please remember to post something on your stream or via email to your teacher. And we really hope you enjoy creating these memories of your time and last year at Collingwood.